What's up, Crosspoint Franklin? Man, we're so bummed that we can't hang out with you guys tonight. But I wanted to send out a quick video, just a really condensed version of what we're going to talk about tonight, and let you guys talk amongst your small groups about this topic. So, have you ever felt like you're the only one that felt a certain way about something? Like you and your buddies are all talking about pizza, and for some weird, strange reason, you hate pizza. And so maybe you think to yourself, gosh, am I the only one that feels this way? Am I the only one on earth who doesn't like pizza? Well, I feel like we can often feel this way about our faith as well. Like we can think, man, I have doubts. I have doubts about the Bible. I have doubts about my faith. I have doubts about Jesus. Am I the only one who feels this way? And maybe because you grew up in the church, or maybe because your family is Christian, and you have these doubts, you just think, I'm the only one that feels this way. I feel isolated. I feel uncomfortable. But I want to understand more. So what I want to lay before you is I believe that doubt is not a bad thing. And this is how I want to define doubt for us. I think that doubt is the gap between our current faith and perfect faith. And we all know that none of us have perfect faith, right? So therefore, we all have doubt somewhere. We all have this tension that we live in. And surprisingly, y'all, there are a lot of examples in the Bible of people struggling with doubt. One of the most famous men in the whole Bible, John the Baptist. Now, this guy was a cousin of Jesus. He was one of the most devoted men of God we've ever seen in the Bible. Jesus actually calls John the Baptist the greatest human to ever live. So Jesus literally thinks this guy is the man. And John doubted. So I want to look at a story in the Bible about John doubting. It's in Luke chapter 7, starting in verse 18. This is what it says. It says, the disciples of John the Baptist told John about everything Jesus was doing. So John called for the two disciples, and he sent them to the Lord Jesus to ask him, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or shall we keep looking for someone else? So here is John, the greatest human to ever live, the most devoted man of God, and he's doubting. He's doubting the very identity of Jesus. So let's look at what Jesus says. John's two disciples found Jesus and said to him, John the Baptist sent us to ask, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we keep looking for someone else? At that very time, Jesus cured many people of their diseases, illnesses, and evil spirits, and he restored sight to many who were blind. Now check this out. Then Jesus told John's disciples, go back to tell John all that you've seen and all that you've heard. The blind see, the lame walk, those with leprosy are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised to life, and the good news is being preached to the poor. And he added, God blesses those who do not fall away because of me. So here we see John has doubts. John takes his doubts directly to Jesus. And Jesus doesn't respond to John's doubts with hostility. He doesn't get mad at John. He's not ashamed of John. He doesn't laugh at John. He doesn't mock John. Instead, what Jesus does is at that very moment, Jesus proved himself to be real to John's friends. And so for us, man, I think it's really normal for us to be kind of stuck somewhere between belief and disbelief. But what I want us to know, man, is it's okay to be in that place, but I don't want you to shy away from those doubts. I don't want you to feel like you can't talk about them, because I believe that dealing with doubts is a way that we grow our faith. So 2 takeaways. One is I want us to be comfortable knowing God, but not fully knowing God. I want us to be comfortable living in the mystery of who God is. There's a couple verses from the Bible. Deuteronomy 29 says, the secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that we may follow all the words of his law. And then Isaiah 55:9 says, God says, as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. So guys, I think God has given us enough, like it says in Deuteronomy, the things revealed to us. God has revealed enough to us that we can have assurance of our faith. But there's also so many secrets, so many things. His thoughts are just so much higher than our thoughts that we are required to have faith. He doesn't give us everything because we wouldn't need faith. So he gives us enough to be assured of our faith, but then he keeps like enough secret to where we have to have faith in who he is. The second way that I want us to take away from doubts is, hey, we got to deal with our doubts. We just got to deal with them. Just like John did. John had these doubts, but he took them directly to Jesus. Guys, take your doubts directly to Jesus. Pray about them. See what he has to say to you. And not just that, but man, take your doubts to us. Take your doubts to your small group leaders, to your small group. Odds are, like I said, doubt is living in that in between of where your current faith is and perfect faith. We all have doubts. But let's be a church, let's be a student ministry that is willing to bring our doubts, not be ashamed, not be embarrassed, and talk about them with one another. Well, hey, I love you guys. I cannot wait to see y'all next week. Talk about this amongst your friends, amongst your small group. Ask questions. If you want to call me, text me. I'm here, man. We love you guys. See you soon.